I was born ready.
Wait, I'm worried that. Oh, I should tell them that I'm going to be on. I'm going to be on Daily Tech News Show tomorrow.
Yes.
So, hello everybody. I'm live on. Should be live on the app. Should be live on video. And we got a lively crowd. Oh, John jumped in. Nice. We've got a nice male-female representation. I'm glad to see that. Let's see. Can anybody see me yet? Yep, there is sound. Ah, there she is. Hi, Sandy. Welcome back. We really did miss you. Well, I don't know about Kevin, but I missed you. Anyway, all right, let's do a test recording here. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeed.com. I presume you guys could hear that.
I didn't hear playback.
I didn't hit playback yet.
Oh.
Go playback here. All right. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast. That is too quiet.
Sounded good here.
Well, my audio is I think my mic is low. What am I on? Heck am I on? Too dark in here. Steve, maybe turn all the lights down. Okay, that's what's wrong. There we go. Let's try this. That was the wrong profile for my voice. Do that again. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeed.com. It's too quiet. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeed.com. So I think I gotta go up a little bit. Never know how to do this thing. One more time. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeed.com. It's minus 13 dB. That's a little louder. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast. Okay, that sounds better to me. But I have my volume up 100%, and I'm just barely hearing me.
We hear you just fine.
Why is Skype open? Oh, that's why. Hold, please. And now I should be mic'd correctly. I looked over and I saw Skype was open, and that meant I was using the wrong audio hijack profile. Let's try this one more time. Hi, this is Allison. No, now it's not recording at all. All right, cancel. Cancel recording. This should be set to pass through. Okay, I'll be right back. Hang on. And let's try this one more time. All right. Podfeed is in stereo. Okay, you could tell the difference. Good. All right, I got to get Amadeus Pro to hear it, though. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeed.com. And that's how it should look. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeed.com. Yep. I knew it.
5x5. Sounded good.
5x5. I'm not on the 5x5 network. I'm independent. Proud and independent.
Independent.
Independent. Yeah, I heard it. Is that actually a line, Steve?
It's a line from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
All right. But is it really?
I think it's the dentist.
Independent.
Or no, it's either Rudolph or the dentist. I forget who says it. I'm sure the chat room will tell us.
Did you see my pic in the Macstock swag? A picture of Kevin? That's not a good giveaway. I still hear the live feed in my left ear. Okay. Oh, you've got your new Macstock shirt on? They tell me ours is on the way, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's in the mail.
Yeah. what they claimed. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Here we go. Say goodbye, Steve.
Goodbye, Gracie. Oh, no, it's too early for that. Goodbye, Steve.
Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeet.com, a technology geek podcast with an ever so slight Macintosh bias. Today is Sunday, July 31st, 2016, and this is show number 586. Well, Steve and I have been a little bit off the grid this week because our daughter Lindsay, also known as Giblies in the NosillaCastaways chat room, and her husband Nolan had a baby on Wednesday. We're absolutely over the moon to be grandparents, as you can well imagine. She went into labor on Wednesday morning, so we hopped in the car at 5 a.m., raced down to San Diego so we could be there for them. As these things go, though, we didn't really need to drive that quickly. It took forever, and Forbes John Tondi came on the scene at 8:35 p.m., weighing in at a whopping 9 pounds even. Lindsay's doing great, and so is Forbes, but, Nolan looks a little bit tired. Anyway, I promised not to blather on about the baby after this, unless there's a tech angle, of course. Lindsay was in labor for 17 and a half hours, the last 3 or so of which was the act of pushing. Before she started to push, though, she started a workout on her Apple Watch. Isn't that awesome? She set it to other, of course, because for some reason there's no squishing a baby out button on the Apple Watch. And she recorded her calorie burn during that 3 hours. Just for the record, it takes 812 calories to push out a 9-pound baby, if you were wondering. There's a picture in the show notes of her watch. I think you'll like it. Of course, I'm thrilled that Forbes and Lindsay are happy and healthy. It's an added bonus that my daughter came through as a true NosillaCastaway. Well, tomorrow, which is Monday, I'm going to be on the Daily Tech News Show again. So if you get a chance to check it out, I'll, of course, mention it after the fact. But at dailytechnewsshow.com, check out Monday's show. I'll be on with Tom Merritt. I always have a really good time doing that. And I forget to tell you guys ahead of time, but this time I remembered. Well, this week I did not do a chit chat across the pond because of the baby. And last week on the NosillaCast, I forgot to tell you who was on Chit Chat Across the Pond. It was actually Bart Busschots, but not to talk about programming. In last week's chit chat, he told us about his quest to lose weight using technology and how he's lost 40 pounds so far. He's not even done yet. He walks through all of the phases he went through, from thinking he could lose weight without counting any metrics, to an elongated bike ride home, to tracking calories and exercise like a maniac. It's really inspirational. If you've been curious about how to get her done yourself, I think you'll really find his conversation inspiring. Now, I haven't mentioned it in a long time, but there's a way that you would have known this week that there was no chit chat and who the guest was last week. We have a little newsletter called Podfeet Press. It's not very chatty at all. It automatically sends out a letter when the new shows come out, both Chit Chat and NosillaCast, with all of the links that are normally in the top part of the blog post. Other than that, it's completely silent unless something goes wrong. Like this week, when I didn't do a Chit Chat Across the Pond, I went ahead and sent out a Podfeet Press. I really like to have that conduit to talk to you guys because sometimes I've made a goofy mess up in posting the show, or there's a delay, or maybe I need your help with something. We even did a contest or two once in a while through the Podfeet Press. If you'd like to sign up for Podfeet Press, go over to podfeet.com/podfeetpress or follow the link in the show notes. I promise it's not spammy. Now, after explaining how I didn't have time to do a chit chat across the pond, you might be wondering how I made the time to do a NosillaCast. Well, I didn't. A week or so ago, I was talking to our good friend and fellow NosillaCastaway, Pat Dengler, and I told her that I was going to break the 11-year streak of never missing a show. I figured, having a grandchild, that's a pretty good excuse to miss the show just this once. She said that is unacceptable, and she suggested that the NosillaCastaway should just do the show for me. She said she'd start by doing her own review and that I should ask for more help. I posted her idea on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+, and the NosillaCastaways came through like champs. We have reviews from Pat, George from Tulsa, Denise Crown, Alistair Jenks, and Daryl Shandro Hilliger. I'm going to pipe in from time to time between reviews, but sit back and enjoy the NosillaCastaways show. All right. And we should do a save as here. And we're going to go into here, and it's going to be NCF. And I see that Steve is giving me a secret message. Who's been texting me? Has that been you, Steve? Getting notifications. Oh, you guys are chatting away. It was Lindsay. What did she do? This is how. Oh, wait. Wait. I don't understand what that message is. Steve's texting me something that Lindsay is texting him. I'm not quite sure why I should be reading that right now. Oh, Mark's here. Hi, Mark. Let's see. Oh, I should give you guys this link. Let's see. Can I find that? Oh, I know where it is. Here is proof.
I gave them the link to the Google Plus photos
Google Plus photos
of Lindsay and Forbes and.
Did I post to Google Plus?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if all three came through or just the one of Lindsay and Nolan and.
Oh, okay.
Forbes.
Here, I'm giving him the watch picture and the picture of the two of us. I forget okay. Lindsay and Nolan, right? All right, so let's see. Preview. Let's see who's up first. I think it's Pat. We'll let Pat go first. And Pat's audio is here. Let's see. Get in a new track. I don't want to do it into that track. What does that do if I do it like that? Oh, I don't like how that worked. Okay, there we go. Let me just go ahead and add a new track. We'll do this. We'll call this Pat. And for some reason, she's in stereo, but that's okay. Am I missing anything exciting?
Sandy was just wondering about the name Forbes.
It's a family name. He's Forbes John Tondy. Forbes is Nolan's mother's maiden name, and John was my father's name. So kind of some family stuff. So that's kind of fun. All right. A guest host this week. You're kind of right. Yeah, Brett, that's close. I should have made the SMR podcast guys do it, but they don't even do their own show. I'm going to make them host the next time we go on vacation. I think that'd be fun, don't you, Steve?
Yeah. I'd like to see them pull off a live show.
Well, they've done live.
Yeah, but not with video and a chat room.
Not with chat room, yeah. Well, they could do audio only. Let's see how this goes. Why is that not playing? Every once in a while, that's the other thing. This goofy program, I hit the space bar and it doesn't play. Most of the time it does, and then it just doesn't. Sit back and enjoy the No Silly Castaways show.
Hi, Allison and No Silly Cast listeners. This is Pat Dangler of Dangler Consulting.
I'm going to boost that up. What do you think? Did it go up? Oh, that's interesting. And I think I'm going to bring it in just a teeny smidge. From time to time between reviews, but sit back and enjoy the No Silly Castaways show.
Hi, Allison and No Silly Cast listeners. This is Pat Dangler of Dangler Consulting. I'm going to chat about 3 devices that I use to monitor my health. What they have in common is that they all report to Apple's Health app. Each has their own app, but with appropriate permissions given, I can see all my readings in one place. After I listen to the NosillaCast, one of several podcasts I follow is by Tim Ferriss. He's known for the 4-hour work week and the 4-hour body. He's a big experimenter on himself. Well, I'm not, but with Apple's Health app and the accessibility of various medical grade measuring devices, I thought it would be fun to try a few. That's usually my problem to be solved, by the way. What would happen if I tried ... I'm also a big experimenter with home automation, so this just follows. Adding to my interest in trying new technologies is the fact that I have a few pounds to lose, and a friend was recently diagnosed with diabetes. I was curious about my own health status. I've been trying various consumer technology that works with Apple Health. I showed the Health app to my doctor at my last visit, and he was impressed. It also gave him a picture of trends, in particular my blood pressure, which runs a little high. We've all heard of white coat syndrome, right? That's where a blood pressure measurement is abnormally high due to the stress and anxiety often felt in a doctor's office. all those white coats. My doctor was able to see my measurements taken in the calm of my home over a period of several weeks, much better than over-medicating based on one measurement. I use the Ease wireless blood pressure monitor made by iHealth to regularly record my blood pressure. The next device is the Kardia by AliveCor. Years ago, I was intrigued by the announcement of a device to monitor cardiac rhythm when paired with an iPhone. That was proposed by Dr. Eric Topol, a cardiologist at Scripps in San Diego, who had been an advocate for giving the patient more control and more accessibility to their own health information. It's through him that I first heard about the AliveCor device. It will record a single lead EKG in 30 seconds, primarily to show evidence of atrial fibrillation. Atrial fibrillation is basically an irregular heartbeat that can increase your risk for things like stroke, heart failure, or blood clots. I've watched the device morph from an iPhone case to the small device it is now, and I decided to purchase it this year. When you first set it up, the first test results are sent to be evaluated by a medical doctor. Within 24 hours, you get the results. After that, you can keep recording and save them and send them to your own doctor. It will note whether or not it finds any abnormalities. I don't have AF, so I can't speak to what it does when it does find irregularities in the rhythm. There is also a subscription option to pay for regular evaluations by a physician. So I started checking my blood glucose when a friend was diagnosed with diabetes and had to regularly check hers. I found the Align device, also made by iHealth, to be very affordable, as well as the strips and lancets that you need to take your measurements. iHealth is striving to take down the cost of medical testing as well. Its device and supplies are the most affordable on the market. The accuracy of these devices has been found to be very good. There are a number of studies that find them within 1 to 3% of the tests you get in your office, your doctor's office, rather. Other devices I use regularly are the Apple Watch exercise app and Withings Body Composition Scale. Both report back to the Apple Health app. As with anything medical, check with your doctor if you have any questions regarding your health. Don't rely on just a few tests to replace a regular visit to your medical provider. Hope you enjoyed my quick little report.
Oops. Sorry for the long link on there. All right. That was awesome. Okay. I'm going to pipe in with a little bit of me there. Let's see. All right. We'll go back to flip you guys up out of my way. And I'm going to start about right there. All right. I'm really thrilled with the way the NosillaCastaways are inspiring each other to get healthier while using technology to be more effective at it. Bastian started it off, and then Bart and now Pat are helping all of us learn. I especially like Pat's reviews here because it's easy to forget that, for the heart stuff she was talking about, heart disease is the leading cause of death in women. Most people think it's cancer, but it's actually 22.9% of deaths in women are from heart attacks, which is higher than the cancer rate. So, get yourself healthy. This is good stuff. Now, Pat gave me the prices on the devices she talked about, and they're surprisingly affordable. The iHealth Align blood glucose monitor that she talked about is for iOS and Android, and it's only $16.95. Like she said, you got to buy strips for it. Those are $12.50 I wrote down 60, but I think it's for 50 of the strips, and the lancets are $4.95 for 50. So I don't know how many you go through when you're checking your blood glucose, but that sure seems really affordable. $16.95 for the device. And the iHealth Ease wireless blood pressure monitor for iOS is that's for the iPhone. It's a little stand, and you shove the iPhone into it, and you've got the little cuff. It's only $40. So good prices on all of those. The ECG from Kardia, that is for iOS and Android. That was the most expensive one. That one's $99. But I mean, you are talking about reading on your heart. So you don't want to really cut corners on that. I have to tell you, my crazy athletic cousin Kyle, I mean, this guy is in amazing shape. He's younger than I am, not a lot younger, but phenomenal physical shape. He was recently diagnosed with a bad heart valve, and he showed me a portable ECG, much like the one Pat talked about. It might have been the same one, the earlier version. And it was a great tool for him to be able to use to monitor his heart while he awaited surgery to replace the valve. I'm happy to say he is super healthy now and riding his bike up mountains again and running long distances and swimming. As geeks, we love metrics, and by measuring things, we can affect the results in the future. So I couldn't be happier to be learning about all these high-tech health gadgets. All right. Let's see, that was Pat. And we're going to have George up next. George from Tulsa's back. It's been a while.
Yeah. I thought he might join us.
Yeah, not yet. Hi, this is Allison
stop
Sheridan
with
of the
that.
No Silicast podcast. Why do you do that? Drive me bonkers. It's here. And the space bar stops working. I hate
Medical
that.
provider. Hope you enjoyed my quick little report.
I'm really thrilled with the... Okay, that's a little bit long, in my opinion. No, I don't like dead silence at all.
Hope you enjoyed my quick little report.
I'm really thrilled with... Yeah, Sandy, all the links I'm giving out are my affiliate link. So, and the show notes are going to be full of them. If you look for her blog post, I kind of crammed them all out today. But in her blog post, I've got all the affiliate links too and pictures of them and stuff, so you can see what they look like. I have written the name Pat in that 3 times, and now it keeps disappearing it. Okay. So I want to add another one. This one's going to be George. I don't know why it has trouble with that, but I name these tracks and then it just disappears them. All right, George. This is going to be fun. So we're going to start with George with a Netgear review, followed by Denise with a Netgear review. So that's kind of fun. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Was it the one? Oh, yeah. Here we go. Couldn't be happier to be learning about all these high-tech health gadgets.
My 19.
Okay, let's see. I heard a click there. Can't be having clicks. Quality show. I am so happy. Steve was able to get rid of some noise on Daryl Shandro Hilliker's review. Had some terrible noise, and Steve was able to really clean it up. Really appreciate that. Cleaning up noise is annoying. It's really hard. Tech health gadgets.
My 1953 ranch house.
Oh, he didn't introduce himself. All right. Well, we're going to have to fix that. There we go. Right there. Well, back from a bit of a hiatus here, we've got George from Tulsa. And where did George go? Did you see? I did. Oh, didn't drag it that far, did I? It's a funny program. When you record a little bit, it stretches whatever you just recorded to fill the screen. So if you just set a couple of seconds, all of a sudden the waveform looks, woo, it's not all crunched up like it was. So it's kind of confusing sometimes. Let's hear this. A bit of a hiatus here. We've got George from Tulsa.
My 1953 ranch house is long and low, with a mix of old and newer electrical circuits. The cable modem and primary router and Airport Extreme N are at the far north end. The media room juts out to the east at about the middle, the front porch at the west middle, the bedrooms at the far south. I ran an Ethernet cable to the media room and added a Netgear N900 router there and connected everything except one Chromecast with Ethernet. There's 3 wireless networks. Number 1 at 2.4 from the Extreme, number 2 at 2.4, and number 3 at 5 gigahertz from the Netgear. I assigned channels that don't overlap each other or the neighbors. None reliably reach the front porch or bedrooms. I've wondered if the remodelings, steel studs, and aluminized insulation impede the signals, or if it's just distance. Because of the mix of old and new circuits and circuit panels, Ethernet over power line didn't work. I had a Netgear N300 range extender that did some good, rebroadcasting the 2.4 band from the media room's N900. Even at its best, the N300 didn't reach the bedrooms strongly. So when some of my gear stopped connecting to it at all, I decided to skip troubleshooting and upgrade. Last weekend, Best Buy had Netgear's much larger EX6200 AC1200 range extender on sale. My delivered price was $77, thanks to a $10 reward certificate. The EX6200 rebroadcasts all current 802.11 frequencies from A to AC. Setting up the EX6200 was as simple as screwing on 2 antennas, connecting and turning on power, and accessing setup through a browser. The menus were simple and easy to understand. Setup might have been even easier with automated Wi-Fi protected setup, often called WPS. But hey, Steve Gibson warned us about the dangers of WPS, and I long ago disabled it on the N900. I could have chosen the Airport Extreme's SSID, but since the Extreme doesn't broadcast 5 gigahertz, and because I've read these extenders may work better within the same brand, I chose the 2 SSIDs broadcast by the Netgear N900. I'm now able to pick up strong signals on the front porch and in the bedrooms. I've not tried streaming HD video yet, but browsing the net works well, as does Google's streaming Play music service. This relatively light use in no way tests the EX6200's upper capabilities, which Netgear advertises includes automatic beamforming and configurable fast lane to tune it for HD gaming and video streaming. If you need or want to extend the range of your wireless signal, I recommend the EX6200. It works well, is inexpensive, simple to set up, and its non-proprietary browser-based management tool should always be accessible. If you don't have a Best Buy certificate, you can find the EX6200 on Amazon. If you do, remember Allison's affiliate link and help keep the NosillaCast on the air.
Yay! Love having the links there. All right, here we go. I know, I realized we have to childproof our house again. Ugh. Hated having it. The best day was when we got to take the childproof locks off everything. You realize you could just open drawers and open cabinets. It was so nice.
You might want to tell them about how Lindsay and Nolan have already had to childproof their home because of Dodger.
Yeah, they actually had to put childproof covers on their stove because 3 times they came back to the house filled with gas. And then they saw Dodger walk over and turn on the stove. He walks up and he goes up with his nose and he turns on the stove. She thinks he's trying to kill him. And then I am not making this up. Steve, you have to post that video. We were at their house and they've got a really, really weird light switch. So they've got the recessed lights in the ceiling, and Dodger hates lights. He hates lights. He goes crazy when there's like reflected light, drives him out of his mind. He barks and he goes nuts when he sees like a light moving, just drives him crazy. So here's his giant black lab, right? And I walk over to the light switch, and it's a kind of a slider dimmer sort of thing. It's weird. It's got a flat plate, and then it's got a little bump line that sticks out. And I press on this thing, and I turn it on, and Dodger gets up, walks over to the light switch, and he turns it off. And I mean, you have to toggle this thing down. It's not obvious. It's not like a regular light switch. And I looked at him and I turned the light back on and he just walked right back over and he turned it off again. And I went and got Steve. I said, Steve, you got to tape this. He's doing, and he did it 2 more times in a row. He will consistently turn the light off if you turn it on. It's the craziest thing. I look over and Tessa's, licking soap or something. She's not the smartest dog in the shed, I'm afraid.
But she's pretty.
She's pretty. She's got a really nice personality. All right. Well, now Ada realized everybody else was getting to be on the air.
Oh, she
Ada,
taking.
Ada.
Oh, Tesla.
Ada.
Come on, that's rude.
Oh, no one wants to look at that. That's just not very ladylike.
Yeah.
All right. She's very sweet, though. She really is. She's very nice. She's a very nice dog. She's not that smart. All right, here we go.
Your camera's off a little bit.
Too low?
A little bit. And a little bit to the right. That's good.
Okay. Thank you, dear. Okay, let's get right about there. Well, hey, thanks, George, especially for reminding people to use the Amazon affiliate links. I've changed all of the links and everything talked about today to Amazon affiliate links to keep help keep the show on the air, as he says. But George, I haven't yet done the testing I keep meaning to do of the coverage of Wi-Fi in my house since I got the Netgear Nighthawk X8 router. I want to, first of all, prove that the signal from that is better than from the Nighthawk X8 than it is from the AirPort Extreme. Remember, I've got them both running right now, but I'm pretty sure my dining room is still pretty bad. If I'm able to prove that empirically, I'll probably pick up a Netgear EX6200 range extender too. That sounds fun. The good news is that on Amazon, it's only $80, $79.99. So it's only $3 more than you got it with your coupon on Best Buy. So that seems like that's probably worth it for people. And thanks for a great review as always. And speaking of the Nighthawk X8, let's hear from Denise Crown, also known as Deverell, in the chat room. All right, here comes Denise. Denise. All right, and we're going to add Denise.
All right, Denise, this is your chance.
The excitement is, I want to check and see. Let me check connection to George's.
Actually, Denise has given us input before.
She's done it before, yeah. But we played around with, she got audio hijack, and her audio is even better.
Excellent.
Let's see.
Just on the air.
Well, hey, thanks, George. What was that? Did you make a click, or was that in the recording?
On the air.
Well, hey, thanks. Must be.
That's the recording.
Must be at the end of his.
It is.
Okay.
On the air.
Well, hey, thanks, George. There you go. All right. So we'll pop George up and let's go find Denise. All right. And we'll put Denise right there. Yeah, Denise's audio is spectacular. He did click my trackpad. That was very funny when my dog clicked the trackpad on my MacBook Air. Oh, no. Oh, you also bought the ATR 2100. Nice.
Is that the one you reviewed from CES?
That's the one I used at CES.
Right.
You mean? This is the ATR 2100. It's a great mic, and it's only like $40.
Great value.
Yeah, it's ooh,
and
it's
light.
Unscrewed. Well, yeah.
I mean,
compared to
relatively.
That Yeti, everybody seems to be
or a
buying.
Heil.
I think I don't know if it's probably a little lighter than the Yeti, but it comes with this lovely little stand, and it's also, I've reviewed this before, but it's also got USB and XLR on the bottom, and you can monitor from there. It's a terrific little mic, and I did a review. I don't know if anybody cares, but I did a review a while back where I did the audio on this and on my Heil, and I mean the Heil's better. The Heil's $400, $350. This is $40, and so it's not that much better.
Yeah, I don't think the audio was 10 times better.
No, it definitely wasn't.
Maybe 30% better.
Maybe, yeah. I wouldn't even say it was
Maybe
twice
20.
as good. Yeah, it was pretty impressive. So, all right, let's see. Wait a minute, that looks like it's got noise on it. That's weird. Well, let's take a listen here. So known as Deverell in the chat room.
Well, castaways, it was time.
Let's see, there's a little bit of a click there at the beginning. I think I'll get rid of. All right, here we go. Also known as Deverell in the chat room.
Well, castaways, it was time to replace our router. Our ISP caps our bandwidth to 450 gigabytes per month, and several times a year.
I'm going to bring that down a little bit. Whoop. Oh, come on. Stop it. That one, right? No, that one. Come on. There it goes. Okay. Like that. I'm going to go find the other end. And we'll bring that down. This is weird. It looks like you've got noise on the line. I can see it like a, actually, let me show it to you. I can see a, don't try to talk and do two things at once. Is that not a choice? Huh. Oh, it's probably down here. Here we go. I'm going to show you the screen here for a second. Do you see how it's got a solid line when you're not talking? It looks like there's noise, but I don't hear any noise. It's super clean. And as Deverell in the chat room.
Well, castaways, it was time to replace our router. Our ISP caps our bandwidth to 450 gigabytes per month, and several times a year they assert we use double this or more. We don't stream a lot of movies, our cloud data is pretty static, and we have a stupidly complex password, so this runaway bandwidth is a mystery I cannot solve with our aged Airport Express router. We also need the ability to manage a lot of Wi-Fi devices. The wiring closet is at the far back of our house, which has always caused connectivity problems in the front of the house. Wanting a router that would be current for a few years, I chose the tri-band Netgear Nighthawk X8 AC5300 Smart Wi-Fi router. What a mouthful. I purchased it on Amazon using Allison's banner and paid a whopping $359.99. It's definitely an investment. As the dedicated network and software tech,
get rid of one little swallow there.
Router. What a mouthful. I purchased it on Amazon using Allison's banner and paid a whopping $359.99. It's definitely an investment. As the dedicated network and software tech in my house, I dreaded this project like the very plague. I removed all the old equipment, dusted, crossed my fingers, and plugged in this huge beast. I was pleasantly surprised by how easy it was to set up. There's an iPhone app, but I found the most convenient way was to log in via browser. There's a security bulletin on this router that Allison kindly forwarded once she learned of my purchase. So let's talk about what you get for almost $400. There are 8 antennas, 4 internal and 4 that you can direct where you need them. 6 glorious gigabit Ethernet ports. Yay! Ability to aggregate 2 Ethernet ports for up to 2 gigabytes per second file transfer. This is nice if you attach a NAS to the router. Tri-band Wi-Fi to segregate the Internet of Things to one band. Smart Connect picks the fastest Wi-Fi band for each device. Quad Stream Wi-Fi for better streaming. Parental controls. Dynamic quality of service eliminates fights when we're both doing bandwidth-intensive things. And an app to manage the network remotely. And finally, traffic management, so I can be more proactive managing our precious bandwidth, #fighting with my ISP. A few things I've not tried. Ready Cloud USB access requires you buy a Ready NAS solution and plug it into the router. Ready Share Vault is PC software for automatic backup to a USB hard drive. DLNA server finds and plays media on your TV and game consoles. And a collection of open source software if you want to tweak. Minor things I'd improve. I don't like power bricks that block other outlets, so I wish they'd either build it into the box, probably too much heat for that, or put it in the middle of the cord where I could hide it. It has 2 USB ports, but only one is USB 3.0. Weird. It's huge, almost twice the size of my Airport Extreme. Capable of being wall-mounted, but they didn't include any hanging hooks. That would be such a nice bonus for a router costing almost $400. In fact, some command hook solution would be great. Read about customer delight, Netgear. They could throw in some Velcro ties as well. I think this is a good choice if you're concerned about range, if you have a lot of home automation, your tribe's fighting over the Wi-Fi, your ISP capture bandwidth, or your router conflicts with your neighbors and you can't control that. I give this router 5 stars for ease of setup and configuration. So far, Wi-Fi is so stable. I love it. I clocked outdoor Wi-Fi speeds of 15 megabits per second in the backyard and 4 megabits per second in the front yard, the furthest point from the router. I'm very pleased so far. Ciao.
All right. Awesome. All right, where are we now? All right, 5:40. I'm probably not going to play all of these, but I wanted to play those first couple. Give you guys something to do. Yeah, really, really good. There you go. I'm really excited that Denise got the Nighthawk X8 because she and I have scheduled another play date. We've done one before. Anyway, we want to explore the more advanced settings together. There's so much built into this router, and I don't want to have it just sit there being as dumb as any other router. We're going to dig in and report back on what we break, because I bet we will break some stuff. In fact, that'll be interesting to do a play date while we're messing with routers. We'll let you know how that works out. Anyway, thanks a lot, Denise, for a fantastic review. That was really cool. All right, next up, we've got Alistair Jenks, who probably introduces
the dulcet tones of Alistair.
Yeah, you don't want to follow Alistair, that's for sure. I listen to him and I just go, I should just quit right now.
So far. Ciao.
I'm really excited. Okay, save, and we'll plop that one up. I think Alistair, like I said, I think he introduces himself, but I feel like I should introduce people, you know? All right, where's Alistair? I can't believe so many people came through. I've asked for help before and I'll get, 1 or 2. This time, 5 people. I mean, that's a lot. All right. Spacebar still not working. We've got Alistair Jenks.
Greetings, Alison and fellow NoZilla castaways. Alistair.
Okay, that might be just a little bit quick. Like a little bit more of a gap than that. Got Alistair Jenks.
Greetings, Alison and fellow NoZilla castaways. Alistair here from New Zealand with a quick review of a product that won't excite many, but will help prevent moments of horror. The problem to be solved is keeping my gorgeous gold 12-inch MacBook looking gorgeous. I bought the laptop while traveling and so quickly became aware of just how easily it marked, even carefully putting it in its own pocket in my work-provided laptop backpack. It clearly needed its own special protection. I asked on the NoZillacast Google Plus community for recommendations, and Bart suggested the Acme-made skinny sleeve for MacBook, which I very much like the look of. One of the disadvantages of living in New Zealand is having to deal with shipping. I can't find a local source for a product. It's often not worth the hassle, as if something is wrong with the product when it arrives, I am usually stung for return shipping and the value for money diminishes quickly. I couldn't find the skinny sleeve locally, so I set about looking for something similar at local suppliers where I could walk in and inspect the product. Turns out there is very little on offer here. I walked into our local Apple reseller and looked around and could not find a single one. I asked a staff member and he couldn't find any either. Maybe they don't sell many MacBooks, but I thought it was a pretty poor showing to have no products available. With so many things in life, the solution presented itself when I wasn't looking for it. I had gone into a major appliance retailer, who also happens to be an Apple reseller, to buy printer inks, and while heading to the counter, noticed a large rack of cases and sleeves, predominant amongst which were products for iPads. But there in the corner was a selection of larger ones, and after hunting through many 13-inch and 15-inch sizes, I found the Tucano Elements Second Skin for MacBook 12-inch. The Second Skin for MacBook is available in 4 colors: black, gray, blue, and gold. I was rather taken by the gold one, which matches my MacBook's color quite closely. It's more saturated than the tinted aluminium of the MacBook, but it's tonally very close. While finding a link for this review, I noted a wonderful thing Tucano do on their website. I got a pop-up saying they do not ship to New Zealand, and this gave me the option to search for retailers who stock their products. I checked it out, and sure enough, the very place I bought it is on the map. Top points, Tucano. The sleeve is made of 4mm neoprene, smooth to the touch on the outside and soft and velvety on the inside. It's robustly constructed with 4 rows of flat lock stitching on the main seam and a high quality zipper which glides easily every time and has 2 pullers for convenience. Inside the sleeve, adjacent to the zipper, there is a small elastic net which comfortably stretches over the edge of the MacBook when inserted, like the flap inside a pillowcase. It serves to stop the MacBook from slipping out when the zipper is opened. I thought it might also ensure the inside of the zipper could not mark the laptop, but I note there is a soft piping where the zipper is attached to the neoprene, and this serves as a buffer between the laptop and zipper as well. When the MacBook is inside the sleeve, I notice that it slips around a little, which I don't like, but when sliding the MacBook into the sleeve, there is not much room for error in alignment, so it is probably just right. Weighing in at a mere 150 grams, the sleeve does not detract from the ultra portability of the 920 gram MacBook. The outside of the sleeve is adorned with only a product name, which is embossed on the neoprene in what appears to be a soft plastic, and a similarly embossed logo on the other side. These are in a darker tone of the same color, which makes them easily visible but not striking. In fact, between the neoprene, zipper fabric, zipper plastic, stitching thread, and embossing, the color matching is excellent. The inside is completely black with a stamped logo in white. While I think I would prefer the elastic band of the Acme Made product over a zipper, I otherwise cannot fault the Tucano. The MacBook now lives in this sleeve 100% of the time that it is not being used, and I pop it into my work backpack every day along with my Lenovo. The only concession to absolute...
Okay, everybody. That's enough fun listening to Alistair. All right. Let's see. Here we go. What are you doing, Steve?
Oh, sorry. Had to adjust the blinds. The sun is coming through.
You unmuted your mic just to show us your armpit. That's nice. Okay, good. At least now he's not unmuting to show us his armpit. All right. Okay, Kevin likes Colloquy. Yeah, that's cool. Colloquy is free. Text will cost a few bucks. I forget why I stopped using Colloquy. I had reasons, but it was like 3 years ago, so I don't remember. And plus, Steve's probably better at helping people with those tools anyway. But there is a tutorial who wrote that one? One of them is
Kirshen.
One of them's Kirshen. One of them's me. Oh yeah, Adium is the one she did. But yeah, having a client is so much nicer. Plus, you can listen to like Tom Merritt. If you go to watch Daily Tech News Show, you can be on that one. The Twit.tv, you can do them all in the same client. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, anyone that uses an IRC chat.
Yeah. Ooh, XChat Azure, free from the App Store. Ooh, maybe you should try that. And if you do, then do a tutorial for us. Actually, Brett, why haven't you made us a tutorial? You use Clarify, right? Snarking easier. Good. All right. Thanks for that, Alistair. Really appreciate it. And in the live chat room, we've been discussing how wonderful it is to hear your dulcet tones as usual. Nice to have you back in the podcasting realm again. That's going to be great. For you guys that like music, I'm telling you, it's an awesome podcast. As you know, I don't listen to music, but I've listened to a show and it's just wonderful. I also took a look at the Tucano Element Second Skin, and it really does look gorgeous. I'm happy with my in-case sleeve, but I'm not going to lie. That second skin's pretty good looking. All right. This that here. I wish the space bar worked.
Podcast.
Thanks for that. Now it started working.
It's again relaunched Sitting Duck Podcast.
Thanks for that, Al. Real quick. A little bit more of a heartbeat in between.
Launched Sitting Duck Podcast.
Thanks for that, Alistair. Really appreciate it. And in the live chat room, we've been discussing how wonderful it is to hear your dulcet tones as usual. Nice to have you back in the podcasting realm again. That's going to be great. For you guys that like music, I'm telling you, it's an awesome podcast. As you know, I don't listen to music, but I've listened to a show and it's just wonderful. I also took a look. All right. Who's going to tell me to save if Kevin isn't here?
Save.
Oh, thanks. Okay, I'm going to name Alistair's track one more time, see if it'll stick this time. And we're going to add one more track here. This could be for Daryl. You know, this could be a longer show than we normally have. We're at 25 minutes and Daryl's another 10, so this is going to be great. I was really worried about this review because the I don't know if he had an air conditioner on, what it was, but it was really rough. And Steve cleaned it up like crazy.
It was weird because it had noise, but also a low frequency rumble.
Yeah.
When Final Cut seemed to handle it pretty well.
I suspect it was an air conditioner. That's what I think it was.
Could have been.
All right, let's hear how this goes. That second skin's pretty good looking.
Hello, fellow NosillaCast listeners. My name is Daryl Chandro Hiller.
Pull this over a little bit. Good looking.
Hello, fellow NosillaCast listeners. My name is Daryl Chandro Hilliker, and today I would like to demonstrate the BeSpecular app. BeSpecular is available in the iOS App Store, and it is an app for blind or low vision people to receive remote sighted assistance. Go ahead and start the BeSpecular app. Double tap on it.
Double tap to open. Actions available.
As you can hear, have voiceover running.
All right, I'm actually going to just tease you guys, Dan and Nurse. I know definitely want to hear this, but I am going to.
You ought to play. You ought to play the audio before it was cleaned up. Just
okay.
Just so people know how far it came.
Let's see, I would have to pull it
if that's
in.
an asshole.
I got the chops. I can do this. I could add a. I got to play with. Actually, I'll show you what I do to do this. This is pretty cool stuff. I'm going to show you. So here's Audio Hijack. So this is my microphone interface, the Shure MVI. So my mic gets plugged into the Shure MVI. I've got an equalizer going, a dynamics processor, which gets rid of bird noise. That's what this little thing does down here. It rolls it off a little bit at the top. I got my volume. I'm watching my peak RMS here. Then it goes to pass through, which is the input then to audio or to Auphonic Leveler. No, not Auphonic Leveler. Amadeus Pro. Everything all starts with an A. But what I can do is I can do a show library here, and I can add another application to pass through. And I think I will make it QuickTime. And I could just delete this afterwards. So now I'm going to hit this, hit select an app. I can change it to QuickTime. By the way, application, totally accessible. And now when I hit play, I believe you guys will be able to hear this.
Hello, fellow NosillaCast listeners. My name is Daryl Chandro Hilliker, and today I would like to demonstrate the BeSpecular app. BeSpecular is available in the iOS App Store. And
so you hear how much noise is in that versus this?
Are there similar goodness? Please visit blindaccessjournal.com.
You can still hear some of it. I can hear it.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, I think Google Plus Hangouts does not handle the, we'll say, high fidelity audio well. It distorts it itself. So
I'm listening to it directly though.
And, so you hear it about the same? Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I hear it the same because I'm not hearing it the way you're hearing it, but
okay.
I definitely do. It's definitely rough, but I think we're pretty good here. Actually, all right.
Want to go back to you?
Yeah. Well, actually, you know what I think I'll do? I'm going to crisp this up. We've got a few minutes. So if you guys don't mind, he's got a fair amount of dead space in this. So I'm looking at this like right here. You just hear sound.
Automated object description feature in iOS.
And he doesn't say anything for a long time. So he's got some long spots where I think I want to just crisp things up a little bit for him. And I can see it. So if I do this, I can just start cutting these things out. And it'll shorten it up a little bit and make it a little crisper.
This review is
all right. So I can pretty much see now that you've got. I tried to do this earlier, but when the noise was so big, I couldn't delete it. I couldn't do it visually without taking forever. So I can do this because it's a little bit on the long side with these long gaps where he's not saying anything. So I'm just going to sit here and cut. You guys entertain yourself. So Denise has already added a new, She's already got a new client going. Which one did you do, Denise? I'm curious. Let's see, what is he saying here?
Rose.
She did XChat Azure.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
The one that Brett suggested?
Yeah.
Well, you know, Denise, nobody's, I mean, maybe Brett wants to arm wrestle you for it, but nobody's ever reviewed that. I'd never even heard of it. Haven't been able to connect yet. It's a little bit tricky. Yeah.
Yeah, she says she hasn't been able to connect quite yet.
Yeah.
But she will get there.
That'll be even more fun. Take notes. What fun would it be if it worked right away? I remember the first time we got a, what was it? It was when we switched to AT&T for our internet access. I remember I was really bummed because we got it and I stuck the CD in. This was switching from, what was it? CompuServe over to AT&T. And I stuck the CD in and I followed the instructions and our internet was up. And I was really bummed because I thought I had, hours of entertainment. It worked right away. It was really disappointing.
Made blanket. I'm just going to see.
Okay. A little more dead time. I wonder what that sound is. I got to ask him. Because I can still see it. It's still pretty dramatic. Just get rid of these dead spots. You guys getting bored watching me do this? I don't mind if you guys go. It's riveting watching her delete dead spots. And just tell that it's at 10 minutes for this. I think it could be a bit shorter there. What is she typing? Oh, CompuServe. Is that really your CompuServe address? Denise, you are so my people. I can't believe it. Where have you been all my life? She's awesome, isn't she?
She was over at CompuServe.
I love it. Yeah, this is going to get about 4 minutes shorter from me deleting all these bits. I bet this is really boring for Nuris and Dan. You're not even getting to see me select cut. Let's see.
Double tap.
Be specular.
Yeah, some of this is just the app waiting, but some of these I can tell these are just too long. That might be a beep, but that's okay. And that one's not a beep. I'm about halfway done. This is good radio. Good thing it's video, huh? There's good ones. These are like.
You've got 3 minutes, Podfeet.
Uh-oh. Hurry up. Faster. But don't you think this is a nice courtesy to the audience to get rid of these dead spots? You're muted, dear.
Courteous to the playback audience, but not the live audience.
That's true. But the live audience, I mean, clearly they're used to taking diehards. Abuse. They're what? Did you say they're dumber?
No, they're...
What'd you just say?
I said they're diehards. They will they'll stick with thick and thin.
I didn't say it, you guys. I'm just talking Steve.
I did not say that.
That's what I heard. And Kevin's not even here to defend you. All right, we're getting there. Didn't get internet until all other options were available. Wow. Yeah, did we ever do Prodigy? I don't know if we did.
No, I don't remember that.
I remember Prodigy existing, but I don't remember us doing it. But I can distinctly remember that first time our buddy Ron introduced us to internet. But I think it was text-based still when he showed it to us. That was fun. Good times. Good times.
What's your question?
The first time Ron showed it to us, he brought the internet over.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was fun. The old days. Remember See You, See Me?
Oh, that was the best.
That was a little peek into the future.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys had ever heard of that, but Cornell University came out with this thing called See You, See Me, and it allowed you to do video chat with strangers across the internet. And it was it was basically a postage stamp size window. I mean, I'm talking like an inch by an inch, maybe on your screen. It was grayscale. It was,
And the frame update rate was like 2 or 3 per second.
right.
maybe 4 if you were lucky.
And so we talked to some strangers, but we also had our friend Ron lives 1.5 miles away. So we connected to each other, and we remember distinctly going, whoa, this stinks right now. We get that, but this is the future. I mean, we looked into the eyes of the future. It was a huge moment. It was very cool.
It was real janky how you had to connect to the reflector sites and find one that
Oh,
worked.
reflector sites.
Remember there were different
about
ones.
that.
Sometimes they worked, sometimes they didn't.
I forgot. Yeah, you needed these reflector sites. John did See You See Me. Cool. We got broadband. It was life-changing. I remember trying to talk Steve's dad into broadband. Took us a while. Now he's a fan.
He sure is.
Let's see. I think there's a little bit more to crisp up here. I'm almost done. A couple more little spots here and here. Okay. I think I cut like 2 minutes off of this. All right. And I'm going to cut the end off. I bet that's fine. Let's hear the end.
And have a wonderful week, everybody. Goodbye.
All right. And go to the beginning, which I didn't tell you to do, but let's go here. All right. Here we go. Home stretch. Last little bit of me. Oh, it's 6 o'clock. Hurry. Here we go. Well, thanks so much for that, Daryl. That's really, really cool. Daryl is the first blind person I met in the podcasting world, and he has taught me so much over the many years. He's really the one who helped start getting me into understanding accessibility, and he's become a good friend over the years. And I couldn't be happier for him and Allison Hilliker getting together, and they have a lovely new baby. I mean, it's just a great, great story. So I appreciate any time Daryl can check in with us. Well, that's going to wind us up for this week. Do not forget to send in your dumb questions, comments, and suggestions by emailing me at allison@podfeet.com. Remember, you can do your own listener reviews too, like all these guys do. I always appreciate listener reviews, especially week after next. We're going to go back down and play with the new baby again. So if you felt like doing another review, that would be great. Anyway, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Podfeet, and check out our NosillaCast Google Plus community at podfeet.com/Google Plus, and our Facebook group at podfeet.com/Facebook. If you want to join in the fun of the live show, we had a lively and fun audience tonight. Head on over to podfeet.com/live on Sunday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific time and join the friendly and enthusiastic Nosilla castaways. Thanks for listening and stay subscribed. So New York Linda is going to have to change her name to Ohio Linda. She moved to Ohio in the last couple of weeks. That's why she hasn't been here.
Where did she move?
She moved to Cincinnati.
Oh, Cincinnati Linda.
Yeah.
Cincy Linda.
There's
Week,
connection here.
everybody. Goodbye.
Well, thanks so much. A little bit more gap than that. There you go.
Week, everybody. Goodbye.
All right, so we are out. Look at that, 38 minutes without me. That's amazing. All right, outro.
Just call it a gift to your listeners.
That it's none of me. Hey, I still need you to. You need to review your weather station. Would
I
you guys
should do
tell
that.
Steve you want him to review his weather station?
Who cares about the weather?
People love the weather. Wait. Oh, maybe it was 36 minutes. Go get that. Oh, come on. There we go. There. I think I invented vocal fry. What do you think, Steve?
I think NPR did.
What do you think? I'm good at it, though. Listen
Yeah,
to this.
you may have perfected it.
See, Brett wants to know what weather station it is.
Oh,
Enjoy
boy, here
friendly and enthusiastic Nosilla castaways. Thanks for listening and stay subscribed. There we go. Hey, are you going to make the good rice tonight?
Yes, brown rice.
All right, guys, it is 6:03. Oh, Brett wants to know which one it is. Do you know the model number?
Give me a moment.
He will look it up. I want to see some chanting. Steve, Steve, Steve. Mac LC3 at the time. And you got Oh, and you had to upgrade it to get it? Cool. All right. Steve does great reviews. Plus, that'd be less work for me. Yeah, if you worked on that all this week, Steve. Let's see. Then I would be able to, for the week after next. I think that's a good idea. Save. Next week's going to be really fun because I've got to get a video done for Don, and I'm doing one on Boinx's Photomagico. Really fun.
It's the Davis Vantage View.
There. Davis Vantage View.
Yes, with the a couple extra consoles and linking to the internet.
Yeah, there's a lot more interest to it when it linked to the internet. It's pretty cool stuff. All right, guys, I think we should call the show. Aren't you glad you retired, Sandy? Yeah, I know. It would be really hard to have a new grandbaby and not be able to just run down and spend a week there when I wanted to. That's for sure. Model number of the rice, John wants to know.
We'll have to do that one later. I think it's Texmati.
Texmati. All right, we got to go. Thanks for coming, everybody. Nice to have you back, Sandy. Talk to you guys later. Mwah. Bye.